I'd never heard of the deep web before. Me and my brother were looking to score some weed and our usual dealer was out. I thought someone must sell online, and so Google searched and found lots of pages and stories about the deep web. I was curious and downloaded the Tor browser. I followed instructions on how to find the hidden wiki and was soon clicking random looking links to see what I could find. Initially, I saw some pretty graphic porn sites. A site claiming to sell guns with no need for paperwork, and there were a lot of dead links. After around half an hour, I stumbled upon a site that had quite a few drugs advertised. I searched through to see if I could find any weed. I didn't know if I could find someone local or if I would have to wait for it to be posted. I didn't even know if the site was real or how I would pay for this, but I searched on anyway. The site was like an eBay for drugs, showing a description, reviews, price and a buy now link. It also showed the seller's home city, which was great as I was hoping to score that night. I found the weed section and was overwhelmed by the selection listed. I was more bothered about location and so searched for someone as close to me as possible. I live on the outskirts of Boston, Massachusetts. I had access to my brother's car and was certain I could get something that night. I found a seller located around 5 miles from myself and I sent a message asking if I could collect. I received a reply within 5 minutes and the guy actually offered to deliver. I thought that was great, and so I told him to bring an eighth and was buzzing. My brother was downstairs and I went to tell him the good news. We would be high in the next hour. I realised I had not sent my address, and because I hadn't purchased through the site, the dealer wouldn't have it. I quickly ran upstairs and sent a message saying, "Here is my address." I received an immediate response. Just 3 words. "I know, Daniel." This was the first point at which I was creeped out. How did this guy know my name? And more importantly, how did he know where I lived? I sent a message back straight away asking these questions. Around 5 minutes later, I received a reply. "Secrets of the deep web. Great way to fuck with people. Don't worry though. I'll be there in 10. I have to admit I was pretty scared at this point and questioned the decision I made to send a complete stranger my address while fiending for a joint. Sure enough, 10 minutes later there was a knock on the door. I looked out the upstairs window to see a large, well-built yet slightly older middle-aged man in a green trench coat. I nervously walked to the door with a $20 bill in my sweaty palm. I opened the door and nodded to greet the man at my door. He had his hood up and was very unclean looking. I offered the 20, hoping to get rid of the man as soon as possible. He accepted and grunted that he had left the weed in his van parked around the corner on the next block. He gestured at me to follow him. My brother had gone upstairs by this point, and as I began to walk out the door, I heard him shout me. As he did, I turned around and the man grabbed my arm. I managed to wriggle free and get back inside and lock the door. When I looked out the window, I did not see anyone and heard a van speeding away. My brother came downstairs and told me there were at least 5 well-built men stood by the van. They didn't know my brother was in and did not know he could see them. I deleted the Tor browser straight away, and luckily we were moving house in the next few weeks due to a move in my dad's job. To this day, I still think about what could have happened to me that night. I certainly won't be using the Tor browser or searching for any drugs online for a while. The first time I visited the deep web wasn't as bad as some of the stories I've heard off others, but it made sure I never went back again. I had spoke to a few friends regarding the deep web, as being an IT technician, I had a general interest and curiosity about this hidden web. My mates, the same as me, just have an interest and have told me there is a wealth of good information as well as the bad, and to be careful of any suspicious links. I'm no idiot and thought it was a good idea to download Tor Browser. So, my deep web experience began. I started where everyone seems to start, on the hidden wiki, and found a plethora of links taking me to drug and weapon stores, obscure genres of porn, and a lot of torrent websites. I was randomly clicking from link to link, going back to the hidden wiki when things got too weird or when things just died out. At one point, I'd been following a long trail of the randomly generated letter number links and found myself on another blank screen. I was almost disappointed as I had been following links from the hidden wiki for around 10 minutes and was sad to have to start again. I went to head back to the hidden wiki when a random assortment of numbers flashed up in red and disappeared. I stayed on the link a little while longer to see if anything else happened, and when nothing did, I refreshed the page. Nothing. I thought nothing of it and continued on my way. After about 10 more minutes, a box popped up on my screen. Advertising crush porn. Fucking gross, I thought, exiting the pop-up. That was enough for me to give up for the night. I exited Tor and left my computer on whilst I went downstairs to brew a coffee. My first trip on the deep web wasn't too disturbing. I came back up to find another crush porn pop up on my PC. I admit I shit it a bit, considering I had closed my Tor browser and thought I may have a virus. I quickly exited the ad, ran an automatic scan and began looking manually for anything dodgy. I had been looking for half an hour or so and had found nothing when again the ad popped up. This time with what appeared to be a chat box in the corner. My stomach dropped. I'd heard the stories thousands of times before, but I thought they were, well, just stories. I grabbed a sticky note off my desk and covered the webcam. After doing this, a message appeared. "Why did you do that, Sam?" Idiotically, I typed back. "How do you know my name?" The person just put, "Do you like crush porn? You look like someone who does." "No," I replied. "It's just a bit of fun. With respect, I'm just not into it." "I'd like to crush you. Bet my customers would love that." "Oh look, only 106 miles away. In..." Then he put my address. "Please, I've done nothing wrong. I don't want trouble," I typed, beads of sweat racing down my face. Now, no one said you'd done anything wrong. I just want to crush you, to kill you. Let me see your face." With that, I unplugged my PC. I was panting heavy and my heart was racing. I got very little sleep that night, and the next day I started my PC and began the process of wiping it. Thankfully, I have all my files backed up in various places, so this wasn't too bad. I never reinstalled Tor, and to my knowledge, no one ever travelled 106 miles to find me. Possible prank or real psycho. Either way, I will never go on the deep web again. Hey guys, James here. If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Comment any ideas you may have in the comments section below. This is the first deep web video that I've done, and I do plan on doing a couple more, 1 or 2 as part of a collaboration coming up. So stay tuned for more, and if you enjoyed this, as I say, don't forget to subscribe. Peace out, guys.
Huh?